you know, where did you develop that? How did you look at competition? How did you look at going into F. Marion Jones?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Honestly, I always ran with a chip on my shoulder for me because I always felt like I was the best. And a lot of times some people didn't want to believe that, or they made excuses up for me. So I would read all them self-help books. I would just go into myself. A lot of prayer, a lot of journaling. I really did that a lot. And I know one time my sister, she was like, Miki, we got all these books in your room. This was when I was in my 20s, but she didn't do that. And then I really worked on, when you say you have to work on yourself, you really have to work on yourself. Like, I really was like, okay, let me write, I am thankful, I am this. I really do that. I remember I still have my notebooks where I write 1075, like the whole notebook. She's like, Miki, what? I said, oh no, I'm gonna run 1075 and I'm gonna do this. She's like, okay. But in my head, I didn't get there yet, but tonight. But you know, you just have to set goals, and I just kept setting them higher and higher, setting the bar higher and higher. And when I failed, I hard work. When I didn't win a race or when I didn't whatever, I remember my freshman year, I had a 1.9. I was like, oh, okay. Because I know what I did. I went to sleep. I remember, and I was like, this class wasn't even that. These classes weren't that hard, but I didn't apply myself. Because in high school, I had really good grades. I was okay. And I remember our first semester, my sister had 3.1, and I had a 1.9, and the roles kind of switched. Then that next year, I made the Dean's List 4 times. My college, I made Dean's List half of my years, but I knew that when I made that mistake, I had to pick myself back up, because no one's really going to do it for you, so you have to go within yourself and make your mistakes, and I asked for help. A lot of the academic advisors, I was in her office all day. Asking her, like, how do you do this? What do you do with that? She was like my mentor, and she got me through a lot of things. So use your resources. I used my resources, and I worked hard. And I made myself have self-confidence. Seriously, I did. My sister's like, I'm not like you. I'm like, you don't have to be like me, but you have to work on being your best self. You don't even give yourself a chance. I was like, why did you just say you're going to get 4? Why? I don't know, God. I'm like, no. Go in and say I'm going to win and break the record. Then if you get 4, though what? But you're not just going to set that bar like, oh, I'm just going to get 4 because this girl's better. Who's better? don't even think like that. So that's how you got to think in everything you do, whether if it's track, jobs, friends, and all that. You got to protect yourself, protect your spirit, protect your heart, work hard, and work smart. That's really what it is. And just keep doing that. You're going to fail sometime. You're not going to get what you want or get what you think you deserve. Brush that off and pick it back up. I'm the oldest sprinter in the world right now. I am the oldest sprinter in the world. But nobody knows that. Nobody. I mean, they do know, but I don't run track because I think I'm about to break the world record tomorrow. I know right now at this point, I'm not. But I run it because people say, like, Miki, how do you get back out there and run? How you so I set different goals for myself. Like, maybe my goal is to be a sponsored athlete right now at 42. You know, but that's never happened before. I know it can happen. I think it can happen. I mean, with like a real shoe, like Nike or something. That's never happened before. Because at 30, they cut you off, or whatever year. Like, and I went long before that, after that. But they cut you off at a certain age. So when I get back on that track, they're like, Miki, you still like, yeah. I'm right in the blocks with the 20-year-olds. They don't know, they didn't care, but that's why I did it, because I can show you that you can do whatever you want to do. I can be a 42-year-old sprinter. And I am a 42-year-old sprinter. Last year, I hurt my hand. This hand doesn't work anymore. That's the only reason why I'm not running. Because I hurt it, and then, you know, it gets a little crazy. But I can't do this anymore. So now I do that. So it's different. And I had to get back mentally, like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't even feel this hand. I can't feel it, but it's excruciating pain every day. Like right now, it feels like someone's stepping on it. It's in ice, and it's getting electrocuted. Nobody knows that, you know. Even they're like, it moves. I'm like, it moves, but that's like hitting your funny bone, and every day, and it just doesn't shut off. So when you touch stuff, it's crazy. So that was a whole nother mental aspect that I had to deal with, mentally and physically. I was training for the Olympics in 2021. This happened a month before the Olympic trials, and I had the best coaches there. Like, Miki, you look great. I'm like, all right. Next week, slit. They're like, Oh, I heard it on glass. I was getting some of the AirPods out the trash, so I didn't slip my wrist. But yeah, it's this whole cut. It's all the way. So I know. So it could have been. I can't. This took me now to be feeling like this. I couldn't even bend it. Before it was just stuck. And they would make fun of me like, hey, I'm like, hey, y'all. It really was that. It did not move. I didn't know.
Oh, somebody posting stuff with it.
Always gonna be obstacles,
She
no
posts
matter what
stuff
you do.
all the
You
time.
just gotta push through the
That's
first week.
outrageous.
So when y'all had the meet, next week y'all got the meet at Ocean Breeze, right? Last time I ran at Ocean Breeze, 2018. I won my race. You know, so they were calling me whatever then. I'm like, okay, I did it. Shook it off and went back on. So now you have the opportunity to be your best and show your skills. So go out there with confidence. Don't go in there like, oh, I'm just a hurdler. 800. I didn't work out. Even a lot of times, real quick, if you look up a race from 2017, we broke the sprint medley record at Penn Relays. And I wasn't even supposed to be on that relay. But I said, no, I need to be on this relay because they were trying to put somebody else who was way younger. I'm like, I had to go back, show them footage, like, why is she on this relay and not me? Because I just beat her last week. She's in the back and I'm in the front. You see this footage? They were like, oh. I'm like, no. It's okay, but this is the footage. I was my own agent representative. So a lot of times when you represent yourself, they don't even want to hear it. But I said, no, there's no reason why I'm not on this team. I'm supposed to be on the 4x4 USA versus the world. They're like, no, you can't. I said, no. They said, okay, we're gonna put you on the sprint memory. I said, oh, say less. We're about to break the world record. I didn't know what the world record was. I was a 400 leg, mind you. I haven't ran a 400 in 13 years. I ran 3 400s in 13 years since college. I turned from a 400 meter to a sprinter. I said, oh, I know English, Gardner? Yeah. English. Okay. I said, English. We're about to break this record. I'm like, yeah, all right, Mick. All right, cool. All the other girls, more okay. It was Des Bryant. Got the stick. I split 49.9. 49.9. Off of just my sister.
Hear that, Craig?
That's it. And I was the ankle lane. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this now. And I haven't ran a 400. Like, I wasn't training for the 400 like that. But in my head, like, I'm just go back to my college days. Because I was a 400 sprinter. And then I turned into a 100-meter runner after college. But I said, I'm going back to my heyday. This is Penn Relays, this is my meet. So I went there and ran, that's the fastest split I ran. 49.9.
At what age?
At 36. There's no excuse.
No excuse, people.
And I was not like running 500s all day either. And no, I just said, Lisa, I know what I'm about to do. Again, she's like, Miki, you've been a little slack, had a little fun too much. I'm like, it's all right. I said, I know what's gonna happen. She said, you know you're about to go run in front of everybody at Penn Relays for 400. I said, say, watch. I did. And they're like, Miki Barber, the veteran, vet. She's been there since 1885. But it really happened like that. And the coach, they were even mad at me, kind of like, y'all still running? How y'all do? I don't understand. Like, mad. Just know you're gonna have little haters, once y'all pop out, just shake it off and keep going and just keep hurting. That's what I did. I didn't know I could run I was like, okay, maybe. But if I get smoked and ran down and they're gonna be like, woo, woo. I really was thinking that for like 2.5 seconds. Oh no, give me the stick, go. And that was it. So that was one part where I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't really train like that, but it was all mental. And I was doing, you ever do breath work, breathing? Control your breathing? No, I really was doing breath work. It's called Wim Hof, y'all can look it up. And one of the girls was like, Miki, what are you doing? You look a little crazy. I was sitting there breathing. I was in my own world. Everybody's walking around here. I'm just sitting there like, oh. And they was like, okay. Afterwards, she's like, oh. She was like, you did. I saw what you were doing before the race. I said, I was getting my mind right. She's like, you really did. Because they've never seen me run the 400. Like, nobody has in years. And they were like, oh, you really did it. And they're like, okay. I said, yeah, I'm out here. So y'all can have breakthrough moments like that.
I was sitting in the stands like, holy what did she just do?
So just know that. So I'm just giving y'all one little example. Like you can shock. I shocked myself. So I want y'all to shock yourself every time. I went from 60 my freshman year to 52.5 my senior year in high school. I didn't even know what the 400 was my freshman year. But from 60 to 57 to 55 to 52. That's 3 seconds, 2 seconds a year. But every year I worked harder. I hated losing. I'm a sore loser. So I hated losing. I said, oh no, I'm not losing. And I never lost until the only thing that kept me down was injuries. That's the only thing that plagued my career was injuries, foot surgeries, all that. The doctor said I was never gonna run again and I was gonna limp. I didn't know. I said, who? My sister didn't tell me that 2 years later. And the first day I tried to run, I was literally dragging my feet on the floor. I was like, how do I look? She's like, good girl, let's go. But I didn't even think nothing of it. She was like, Miki, you look like trash bags. It was horrible. I was going to get off the track, but she never did. And that next year, I made the world team. And I ran fast, and I never looked back. So you're gonna have injuries. I pull my hamstring like every 2 years or something, but it heals back. But that's the only thing. But you keep up here, right? It's gonna keep everything together. So just know that. Go to your coaches. Go to your people. This is what y'all got. My college friends are still my friends to this day. My college years are still like my best years. I don't care. Anybody you ask when they're older, they remember their college years. That's what you see people in like movies, like, bro, remember back in the day? Because it's really like that. These are your best years. Hold on to them. Use them. It's gonna mold your whole life.